Good morning, America. How are you? Don't you know me? I'm Mikeycat. Hey everybody, Mikeycat Outdoors here. So what are we doing today? Well, it's supposed to get down in the single digits tonight and for a bit of the week. Gonna be a little bit of snow in the forecast, so figure, hey, what the heck? Set up my Arctic oven pipeline. So let's check it out. So here's a layout of everything. I got the vinyl ground cloth in the yellow bag there. I got the Vapex inner tent. It's a spun polypropylene fabric. And in a tiny little olive green bag to the right there, I've got tent poles. And we got the camouflage outer tent. It's a nice heavy duty nylon. And then I got a little stake bag there, yellow. So we're gonna set this bad boy up and see about staying out here a little bit this week. Mrs. Kitty Whiskers, wow, gonna help me out? Sure you are. Starting to put the poles in, interweaving them through the loops, and 4 of these shot cord aluminum poles, and the head end, and the foot end down there with the stove jack. So I might actually use the wood stove in here for once. It's 6 foot wide by 12 foot long, and 2 little vestibules at each end. So yeah, let's continue to get this boy set up. So we're starting to get it set up a little bit. Kind of loop this through like a hothouse, and I just have to pull it out. Have to stake off each end because it's not really freestanding. It does require a boatload of stakes. Got tons more for the rain fly, but we'll keep going. So here we got the inner tent set up. So yeah, this Vapex, you got a inlet port on this side and you got an outlet port on the other end of the tent. This is a spun polypropylene fabric. Gives you some insulation factor, and importantly what it does is allow all the vapor from inside the tent to come outside, and it'll condense on the outer fly. So when things warm up, it doesn't rain down on you on your inner tent. So it helps a lot. So we got another person wanting to be a YouTube star here. So yeah, let's keep going. Okay, so we got the outer cover we're putting on. Down here where the poles meet the base tent, there's like a little hook, and you got to hook that in down here on the grommet, the outer one, and then you'll end up having the rest of the tent come out as like a, you know, a little sod cloth. Well everybody, got this all set up in time. Snow's starting to come down a little bit now, so it's gonna be a fun night. Got my Nyko wood stove in here, and put a couple of tie outs. I don't really need them with all these side skirt tack points, but yeah, just see all around this baby. So this is the Arctic oven pipeline, 6 foot by 12 foot. I've also got a Arctic oven Quest, which is like a 1 to 2 person tent. This is supposed to be rated 2 to 3 people. This is probably my favorite one. I also got Arctic Oven 12 with a vestibule. That thing is a beast. It's like 12 by 12 with a vestibule. That one weighs like 85 pounds. This one's like in the 20s maybe. So this one's a little more manageable. You can poke it in. I got some Reflectix down here. And I got a little stack of compressed sawdust logs and Nyko stove, and put a little siliconized stove mat down on the floor. Did have the optional canvas tarp that goes on the floor here. I installed that. You clip it down on the ends, and you see the stove jack there. Just unzip the little window port. You got a little air port up there for fresh air to come out, and a little port back here on the entrance for stuff to come in. Just open these up, and the fly's got one too down there. You can see what I mean about these little clip-in floor protectors. It's just got a couple little hooks on each end and helps keep the floor a little cleaner. And so, okay, you got little storage pockets there. Got some little loops if you want to dry out gear or something on top, you could, or hang your little lantern. Or so I've slept in this a few times. Had kids in here when they were little. It's pretty cozy. Last time I had this unit up, it's been about 2 years. Did an Ook Pick winter training for the BSA. I had my Arctic Oven 12, and me and the 2 venture crew leaders stayed in, and then we had a couple of venture crew scouts, and they were about 16, so they had their own tent and they stayed in this in the pipeline. We all stayed pretty comfy. We didn't have any heaters or anything, weren't allowed to for BSA rules, but got down to 5 that night. About a, I don't know, 20, 30 mile per hour breeze. Knocked a couple of tents over at some other parts, but we were pretty good. Hello 12 by 12 pop-up shelter that we had around a picnic table we're cooking under. Had sidewalls and stuff. Man, that thing was just blowing like crazy, but these tents were solid as a rock. So it's definitely a testament to Alaska engineering. Won't see a whole lot many of these down in the lower 48, but they come in handy. So, yep. Alright, so later on things get a little darker. I'll probably come out here. I'll have my sleep gear and stuff out here and start a fire up and get my lantern and stuff going, and I'll catch you then in a bit. You can see right now, in the evening hours, it's 29. Just starting to snow a little bit. It's supposed to get down to about 9 tonight, and yeah, pretty curious. I've slept in this thing. I said Arctic Oven 12, 5-degree weather. That was brisk. But the wood stove, that'd be nice having that in there. I've used little buddy heaters and stuff in here before. It keeps you fairly warm. Just you know, all those single 16-ounce propane canisters on the portable buddy. It just sits on top of the tank. I'll keep it a good 60-something degrees on a 30-degree night, and I've done that a couple of times in the past. But yeah, it's kind of nice having an insulated tent. Don't have to use as much fuel. You stay a lot warmer. Body heat will kind of stay within the tent and don't have all the breezes and stuff. And like I say, all the vapor goes right through this material and it'll condense on the outer fly there in the morning if you have any. And it's not too bad. It's just a heavy tent, but if you're poke sledding it in, it ain't a problem. Well, everybody, starting to set a little bit of stuff up. So, get nice and cozy in here. It's 33 degrees right now in the tent, but it'll warm up once we get the stove going. I want to show you a little bit. It says 34 now. Turning me into a liar. I got some of my bedding there. I got a X-Pad down mat, a Western Mountaineering 5-degree bag, Little polyester bag liner, a couple of Thermarest pillows, and got a little Firelight Outdoors, little like an angled beach lounger. Makes a nice little compact seat. And it's good if you have acid reflux. Got my compressed logs and my wow tidy cats, a little bit of scrap wood, and threw a little bit there in the fire. But I'm gonna fire this puppy up for a little while, get out of here. One thing I didn't do, I got an angle on this guy, and he's galvanized, so I need to burn him off before I even attempt to stay in here tonight, like these other ones are burnt off. You can see too, on all my sections of pipe, I pre-drill them, and I put a stainless steel machine screw, self-tapping screw in there. That way, nothing comes apart when you got wind gusts or anything buckling around. You definitely don't want to have a stovepipe come off in the middle of the night with a heavy wind, cause you tend to burn down or cause you tend to fill up with smoke or something. So I always put at least 1, 2, or 3 of those per section, you know. And I did that going out the tent too, just to make sure everything's nice and secure. So, all right, let's fire this bad boy up. Yeah, baby, I'll get that started. Got a little bit of kindling wood in there, piece of fat wood to help it go a little better too, and I got a couple of those compressed logs. I'll let the sucker go. Keep my vents nice open. So yeah, a lot of that kindling scrap, they just had little sawed-off pieces at nearby lumber mill I picked up a little over a year ago. It was before COVID hit. I think I got sick being out there in the cold that day. It was snowing on me, but it's a good memory. So yeah, now I've used larger pieces of these types of things before from Tractor Supply. These ones I got at Rural King. You know, all the farm feed stores are going to have something similar, but those ones do not have any wax in them, which is good, because yeah, you get waxy Duraflames and crap, they're going to smoke a lot and they're going to clog up, you know, if you have any inline spark arresters, which luckily this one doesn't. But if you got like a Seek Outside stove, it'll clog those suckers up. I learned that the hard way. But yeah, we're gonna get this bad boy fired up and put a little more in there and start baking off that dang zinc. Once I feel this fire is going, I'm gonna get out of here for a little while. I'll come back later. Holy crap, you can feel the heat coming out of this place. Looks like my piece of pipe galvanized. It says it's 84 in here. Crap. I only stepped away for like 10 minutes. I heated that up pretty good. So, yep. You can tell it'll be nice and toasty in here. A little too toasty. I have to open things up a little bit, but I'm gonna vent it out and get all that stink out of here. Brand new stuff burning and zinc burning. You don't want to breathe that crap in. It'll make you sick. Get zinc sickness and nauseated and all sorts of crap. Got me a little turmeric ginger tea in my Duck Dynasty Uncle Si cup. That's the fact, Jack. But yeah, this looks really nice, all lit up at night. All the smoke coming out of there cleared up and comes out pretty good. You can see from prior burns, That galvanized coating's burnt off of a couple of sections. And it starts to get glossy way out here, but if it's outside the tent, don't bother you. Inside though, you don't want that stuff off-gassing on you. So, safety first, or as we say at work, safety second. Yeah, you don't want to get sick with this stuff, so be careful. But yeah, it's gonna be nice. So I got some of this Reflectix down. That's just that stuff that looks like the windshield covering. It's just bubble wrap with foil on both sides. It's a really good thermal break. I've used that before on campouts. So if the ground's cold, it just gives you, I don't know, about an R2 or 3 or so. And helps a little bit with your pads and all that. But between that and the X-Ped, I ain't gonna have too much heat getting sucked down my bottom. And 5-degree bag, in the wee hours of the morning maybe, but I can always just double up with another blankie or just use that little liner there. That'll give me a few more degrees. I'll probably be alright. But yeah, I say safety when you're hot tenting is paramount. You always want to make sure that your gear's tested out, any zinc stuff is burnt off. Titanium, you don't really have to worry about that. Anything that's painted, you want to make sure the paint's been burned off so it doesn't off-gas either. And we got brand new materials too. Sometimes they'll stink when they get hot, off-gas a little bit. Water, I stocked up a little while ago. Got a nice little half-gallon thermos there, a little Arctic, and then made me a little cozy out of some of that Reflectix, and I put duct tape on it and some glow-in-the-dark duct tape too, so I can see it at night. So it says water. I got a little Nalgene bottle in there, so that keeps it nice and insulated. You can buy insulated Nalgene covers too. I got one, but I was tinkering around a few years ago and made one of those, and little food cozies and stuff, so it's nice. But yeah, this is gonna be a treat sitting in here later. I always like sitting in my teepees, but this is almost gonna be like a damn hotel room in here. Says warning, tent is made of flame resistant fabric. It's not fireproof. Tent will burn if left in continuous contact with a flame source. The following precautions should be taken. Don't use candles, matches, or open flames of any kind in or near the tent. Do not cook inside a tent. Yeah. Build campfires downwind. Exercise extreme caution when using fuel-powered lanterns or heaters. Yeah, broke that rule. Do not refuel lamps, heaters, duh. Do not smoke in a tent. Do not store flammable liquids in a tent. Yeah. Sure, now they tell us. I got my stove here, but that's not really an open flame. Oh man, this is nice and warm in here. Holy crap. I need to get that thermometer over here, see what it is. I had the door open, it was 66. Probably can't see it. I'll hold this sucker for a while and see what we got. Oh, well, that snow's coming down right now, man. A little bit already starting to form on a side skirt. Hey everybody, so we're back in here. Took a little break, half an hour or so. But yeah, just came back out here, let the place vent out a little bit. Fire's still burning, nice and warm, man. But I'm gonna dry out my jacket. I noticed when I went in the house earlier, I must have been sweating a lot through my vest. My down jacket was all wet in the inside, so I'm gonna let it heat up and dry out in here. I want to show you just how warm it is. Holy crap. Look at that, man. It's like 105 degrees in here. Like, dang, man, that is hot. It's really hot. Yeah, definitely feel the heat. Woo, buddy. Yeah, buddy, I got my little buddy out here.
Yay.
So, what do you think? Is it cold in here?
Since we have the stove, it's not that cold.
Yeah, I got the door wide open right now as it got so hot. Gotta be 107 at one point. It's cooling down a little bit now, but it's still toasty. What do you think?
It's still pretty toasty.
Yeah. Think this is comfortable for camping in?
Mm-hmm. If it's snowing, then yes.
Oh, it is snowing.
I mean, I know, but like any other week where it's not snowing and it's pretty warm, definitely don't bring that.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember camping in this without any stove, and then I've camped in it one time with just a little buddy heater, and it got to be all right. But man, that stove definitely makes a big difference.
We have to go get Coco back inside.
Yeah, well, be safe out there. So I got my coat drying out a little bit. I got the door open. Still got the fly going because it's snowing outside, but letting it get a little better in here. It was just getting way too hot otherwise. Got a little beach lounger just set up, and it's got little poles that fit in the pockets and stuff, and just drape my coat over that a little bit, and so that's drying nice. But, yep, a little bit of flicker in here from the lighting. The little Lucy lantern I'm using, LEDs flickering a little bit, so I apologize if you see that in any of the footage. That's nice. This is nice and cozy. And best part is, I'm able to like be on my knees and everything in here. I still got room, so you can sit up in this fairly easily. I don't know if I'd bring a chair or stool or something. You'd probably bring like a Helinox chair, you'd be all right, or a little tiny lounger. You'd be close enough to ground. You can sit in here fairly well, but anything real tall, no. It's not as tall as the regular teepees, but it's nice. Definitely warm. Fabric. It's a little warm, but it's not bad. It's not hot or anything. I'll see about maybe making some tea and getting some stuff gathered up here, so catch you in a bit. Yep, it's pretty relaxing in here, man. It is warm. Brought a little more wood in. Had a crate of sawed dried oak I decided to bring in. That way I have plenty of wood for the night. I got me a thing of tea. Brought my little Tokes pots, and gonna have me some loaded potatoes for dinner and a healthy apple. Got a cool little table here in front of me. It's this tiny little table right here on the ground. Only sits up about 3 inches. And it's Cascade Wild ultralight folding table. Weight limit 10 pounds. Average weight 2.3 ounces. So nice tiny little area to keep stuff stable off the floor, and put your plate or your cup or whatever on. You could actually snap 2 of these together, make it into like a little gaming board if you want to play checkers or something, you know. But yeah, it's just like being in a sauna in here. bunch of snow outside. I got a dusting of it, you know, half an inch or something, but it's supposed to be more coming, both tonight and during the week. So I'll keep this up for a few days and enjoy it while I got it. So yeah, I was trying to figure out which tent I want to set up tonight. And this one I hadn't set up for a couple of years. Like I said, since the last UKPIC training we had for BSA. I've set up the Quest a couple times for campouts, and it's alright. It's a little tight though, and it doesn't have a stove jack. I love having a stove in the winter. It just makes it so much more enjoyable. And thing about my Seek Outside tents, I'll set those up probably as February and March roll along, and when it gets a little warmer, I might set up a whole bunch of them, just show you a visual comparison of a bunch of them. But yeah, just gonna lay back and enjoy, and boil up some water here in a moment and get some dinner going. It's already 8 p.m. so yeah, nice early dinner. Yeah, they're putting me back on night shift next week for a full week. Gotta run a bunch of tests at work and be there with union folks. They're not allowed to work alone, so it's like, alright, I'll go in. Used to work thirds, that was rough. Seconds are a little rough too. I mean, you get home, it's 1 in the morning, and you just go straight to bed. It's like, and the kids wake you up in the morning, so I don't know. Seconds are probably the crappiest for sleep, but yeah, we'll make do. I'll see about spending my mornings doing some fun stuff. Do a couple of local hikes, or do a few things in the yard, or work on a Pinewood Derby car or something now. Tell you what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna work on my taxes yet. Usually do that in March or April. So now, man, for anyone who has not tried hot tenting, I encourage you to try it. You gotta do it safely. Gotta have the right gear. But there's a lot more options out there now than there were 5 years ago when I started this, and I got inspired by others before me, and I hope to inspire you and others ahead of me to try things out. Don't be afraid to try things. That's one good rule in life to live by. You know, as long as it doesn't hurt you, as long as it doesn't kill you, as long as it's legal, you know, expand your boundaries, try things. That's what makes memories. Yeah. Oh man, this is nice. I gotta find that dang thermometer. It's gotta be like 85 in here or something, because I am sweating. 5 a.m. I'll miss this though. It'll be like 5 degrees in here. I'll be like, dang! Yep. It is hot in here. Whew. Like Nelly said, now take off your clothes, dang. Hot, hot, hot. So, in case anybody's wondering, I haven't done any really long-term, far-out backpacking trips yet this winter. There's a reason for that. I just got done with some physical therapy for my shoulder. I've had a long stint of injuries with that shoulder, all the way back to when I was 10 years old. A real bad three-wheeler accident. I thrown off, tore my arm up, bunged it up real bad in my neck, and years later, bunged it up, carrying a bunch of real heavy stuff for one of my jobs. And anyways, first job out of college and stuff, I was doing a workout routine, and guys like, yeah, you know, butterfly press, you can lift this much. And so normally I'd try to keep it, you know, within reason. I was young and dumb. There was a cute gal came in a workout place, and I thought, I'll try to impress her. So I just did a little heavier weight. Don't do it. Don't do it. So my arms were coming around pretty good, and I got to a point I could feel my one arm getting shaky, and I couldn't get the foot plate to bring the weights up front and get it in time. And this arm was okay. This one went sailing back, and whoo, yeah, I got attention. Not the kind I wanted, but so I've had therapy on my shoulder a couple times in the past, and been doing good for a while. Medication doesn't help me very much. You know, masks the pain for a little bit, but all it does is tear a hole in your gut. So therapy usually does a heck of a lot better for you in the long run. Gets everything realigned, and you know, you get good doctors and physical therapists and stuff help me out. It helps. But more recently, I've been taking nighttime walks and stuff during this pandemic, and used to do them earlier in the evenings, and you know, as time went on, started doing them a little bit later. Well, one night took a different path, and I was a few blocks away from home, and there's a house with, you know, those kinds of people that like to stir up trouble. And well, anyways, you know, probably no fault of their own, but still, stuff happens. Walking by there, I knew they had a dog. They had it inside. I thought, okay, it still kind of had my gut instinct, like, you know, just kind of got the hairs on the back of my neck standing up. Usually carry, you know, a little thing of mace or something if I'm walking at night, just in case of anything. But got past it, and I thought, oh, okay, you know, my fears are unfounded. Right about that time, door opens up, and they let the dog out to go to the bathroom. Pit bull terrier, straight across the street towards me. No leash, nothing. Damn thing just came up on me so fast. Owner's yelling at it. I spun around so fast, pulled that mace out, and I just sprayed that damn dog. That thing stopped at a light pole across the street. Got its wits about it. I was like, hey, you know, it's looking at me like, am I gonna attack him again? Owner's yelling at it to come back up to the porch, and I'm just sitting there backing up, and I'm like, back off, you know. And eventually the thing came to its senses and went back up on a porch with the owner. But in the meantime, when I spun around like that, I pulled my shoulder pretty good, and yeah, ever since that, it'd been hurting. And you know, a lot of side movements, and putting on my coat, taking off my coat, putting on backpacks and stuff, or you know, doing anything like a push-up position or anything at an angled position, it started hurting, not just in the shoulder joint, but in the arm itself. So talked to the doctor a couple times. Eventually said, yeah, we'll get you therapy. So got signed up for that, and yeah, a little crazy doing that during a pandemic, but yeah, they beat me up pretty good there. I get done every night, be sore than you know what, and but in the long run, just gotta keep up on it, you know, do what I have to do to get better. And so yeah, there's a lot of stuff I'd like to do, heavy backpacking and stuff, but right now I just gotta kind of watch it, heal myself up a little better. And I take some day hikes, have a rib pack or a fanny pack or something with me. I do camping around here in the yard and stuff where I don't have to go too far, carry stuff too far. Not too bad. But hiking in, you know, a couple miles somewhere, you know, there's a lot of campgrounds are closed, so you're gonna have to either hike in and primitive camp somewhere, or you go to an actual campsite that's now a Class D, but you got to hike in because the roads are closed. So, you know, you got 20 pounds on your back, or you got, you know, a polk sled or something, which sled isn't bad. You know, that's pullable, but you got to have the right weather. You can't have stream crossings or whatnot. You got to kind of plan that out. But, yeah, I think as the winter progresses on, I start to feeling a little better and a little more up to it. I might try to venture out and do a backpacking trip. I've been wanting to for a while, so might do Trail of Tears, 3-sided wooden shelter with a fireplace. That'd be a nice place to go. Garden of the Gods, go out in the wilderness. That'd be a fun one. Could do a hammock, hot tent or something out there. But yeah, a lot of it too is anything I'm going on right now, I'm kind of going solo, so that makes it a little trickier in winter. I mean, it can be done, you just got to know what you're doing and be careful and let people know where you're at. So at least here, something happens, I just got a little walk, I get to go indoors. But yeah, I'll enjoy my solitude out here in the yard. Nice and quiet. Away from the TV, away from the video games. Nice little breeze just came through. This is nice. This is what drives me outdoors, man. Just wait for that water to boil and get my dinner going. So yeah, look at that, 100 degrees. Oh, of course, goes down to 99. Ah. So there's that table I was showing you, Cascade Wild. So it's just corrugated plastic. That's really all it is. A reflective strip and stuff just kind of velcros together. But it folds down flat, basically into width like that. But yeah, I gotta apologize for my video looking so crappy. It's that Lucy light over there. LEDs are flickering, and that's interfering with my camera, so yeah. I think I'm gonna have to whip out a regular lantern here in a bit if I want to keep filming. But yeah, it's a nice little table. I got a few of these. Oh, they're like 10 bucks each. GarageGrownGear.com. They got a lot of small cottage vendors out there, and so it's got these little snaps on here. You can snap two of them together, make a little wider table. So yeah, check them out if you're interested. Of course, this little guy here, the thermometer, I got that from ThermoWorks. So Shug had that, and a couple other people got them now, but they're like 15-20 bucks or so. But they got a little backlight, and they don't matter which way's up, it'll write itself up, you know, orient it one way or the other, and it'll flip the display on you. So it's kind of neat. Yeah, like I said, I got more wood. Oh baby, I got more wood. More wood than a woodchuck can chuck, man. Let's go over here to the stove. Oh, there's no pretty boil yet. Right? Exactly. Oh, I have to let that go a little bit. I might have to stoke the fire up a little more. Pretty boil. Yeah, I think we're ready. I'll make us some moose patooters. Let's stir these bad boys up. Woo. Nice and thick. Just a tad bit more. Don't want them too wet, but I don't want them too thick. It's like Goldilocks, gotta be just right. Oh yeah. A little more tea. Like the third time filling this sucker up. I think I need a new tea bag. Yeah, wintertime. You want to stay hydrated. In a hot tent like this, you're sweating like crazy right now. Woo! Yeah. It helps keep your fluids.
That's all I got to say about that. What do I know? I'm just doing what I like doing. That's the way it is. You do what you want to do, I'll do what I want to do, and we could even do what we want to do together, but we'll each be doing our own thing, and that's kind of cool. It's 3 degrees now. But I'm totally warm. Got some good layers on. Feel really good.
Yeah, it's an important part of any hot camping, or any camping in general, anything in the outdoors. You do what you do, I do what I do. You do what you like, I do what I like. Sometimes change it up a little bit, and that's the fun part of it all. So, yep. I'm gonna enjoy me some moosh potatoes, baby. And I'm sweating in a 100-degree tent. Whoo! Ah. I might have to change clothes after this. Good thing I'm wearing wool. Dries out, but man, hot in here.
Santa Claus has begun coming. Got me a book on Christmas. Talks about the baby Jesus. Santa Claus. I'll say my prayers. Hope I get me a box full of wing nuts.
Now you see where I get the Carl Childers. Oh, character.
Doodads or whatnot.
Good old Sugar Sugar, the third person there.
Some sorghum.
Oh. Whew. Man, it's like a sauna in here, man. I had to get down to my merino wool base layers now. I can't take anything else off or this won't be a family-friendly show anymore. Just watching some Shug videos and having fun. So, yep. I think I'm gonna go outside in a little bit after I get done with these potatoes and cool off, because it is hot. I do like the Swedish man, or Finland or whatever, you know, get in the hot tub and then go into the freezing cold water. That's kind of what I'm gonna be doing pretty soon here. Go out in that nice cold snowy weather, because man, I am sweating up a storm in here. Whew. Still doing pretty good. My schnozzle bag for the X-Ped. Use this to basically fill up bag with air from the surrounding environment, so that way you don't have all your warm, humid breath in there. Just clip this thing together and get this bad boy all rolled out. Fill her up. It's the XPED LW9 whatever. Down mat XP9LW. That's a mouthful. So basically it means it's got an R rating of 9. It's down filled, and there are a couple of different ports here. You got a deflate port and a inflate port. Inflate one, they got this on there, but you hook the schnozzle bag up to it, and eventually you'll just roll that sucker out. Let's try it. Now this particular bag here, in this pad, there we go. You do this now 9 or 10 times or something, and get the air in there and fill her up. Yeah, I know, that was my breath. I cheated. That just helps open that up a little bit. Squeeze it in there. Saves you from having to go like you're taking the Lamaze classes or something. There's a few companies make stuff like this nowadays. Not too bad. They're all comparable. XPED's got the synthetic line and the down mat line. I have a couple of these. I have one that is in my pack that I've used a few times, and this one is my extra. I had packed a pack for my daughter, thinking she'd join me on a trip, and she didn't, so I just had this extra one laying around, so like, well, I'll grab this for tonight. They're comfy. It's like an air mattress, but it's actually insulated. It's thick. Now, of course, with any inflatable, you want to protect it. You don't want it to be on sharp, pointy ground, so I'd put a Tyvek sheet underneath, or in this case, I got the tent floor and the Reflectix. That'll help. Only thing I gotta worry about in here is a stove. I don't get too close to pop it or something. I know my Lucy lantern was getting a bit puffy earlier when it was hanging up 107 degrees in here. It's still like 85 degrees in here. Tamp down the damper part way. That's still nice and toasty. Put a little more wood in there. Let it go for a while tonight. I got a couple things for later if we need it. It starts cooling down. I got a little down hoodie. Just put that over your head, kind of like a balaclava. It keeps your eye hole open, but the rest of your else covered up. And of course I got a minus 33 brand merino wool balaclava. That comes in handy. Keep the cold air out of your nose and mouth if you snore at night or breathe through your mouth when you're sleeping, so you don't wake up with a sore throat. I got all my stuff around here. A little cheap polyester sleeping bag liner from Academy. Like $10. That's a good little sheet. Keep you from sweating out your sleeping bag, give you a few extra degrees of comfort, and when it's still hot like this, you can just use it like a bed sheet. That's versatile. Yeah, I got my little Thermarest pillows back here, and went and got me a good old My Pillow. Yeah, I said it, My Pillow. Let's see all the emotional crazies out there blow their heads up. Oh my gosh! So, I think my battery's about ready to die here. So, yeah, I'm about ready to go to sleep too. It's like, what time is it? 11 o'clock. Sheesh. Way past my bedtime. So I think I'm gonna hunker down for a little bit and turn the lights out and get some shut-eye. Oh, I'll see you guys in the morning. Something running around out there. Probably little coyote kits or something. Well, we got a fox living around here. We've had them for years, and well, the neighbor's seen one again. Yeah, we got some animal bones like rabbit feet and stuff out in our front yard, so I know they're still around the area. But tent like this though, shit, they're gonna have a hard time getting through 2 layers, so I ain't worried. Alrighty guys, good night. Hey everybody, it's 5:17 or something in the morning, so gonna get up and go to the bathroom real quick. I've been holding it all night, so shouldn't have done that, but I gotta go. So yeah, you can see it's 5-ish, and temperature wise, Come on. Says it's 31 degrees. Yeah. Let's see that. I'm holding it. It's warming up. 32 inside the tent. The weather forecast on my phone says okay, let it update. It says it's 7 degrees, so cover my town there, but yeah, 7 degrees right now. So it feels like -8. Yep. So, and don't worry, I'm not a member of a paramilitary thing or whatever. I'm just wearing my balaclava to keep my nose and mouth a lot warmer. I ain't breathing in cold air and getting bronchitis or pneumonia or something, you know. So, but yeah. I mean, like I say, it keeps it a little warmer in here. Nah, I mean, it's still gonna be cold as hell out there, but yeah, the stove was going pretty good. Probably till, I don't know, I got to sleep probably about midnight or something, or a little later than that, but it was still warm. It's still probably 60s or something at the time, but the stove, I can still see a glow in the stove right now. So you can see there's still a little red glow of embers there in the stove. Oh boy. Still got a bunch of unburned wood. Wonder what happens if I open that flue up. Whew. Don't want to fill up the tent with too much smoke. Well, I'll let those little scrap pieces warm up, and hopefully they'll stoke a fire here in a few minutes, so I'll see what happens. Catch you in a bit. Look at that heat, baby. That is nice. Throw me another piece of wood in there. Warm this place up. Man, that pipe right on top of the stove, I don't know if the camera will pick it up or not, but it's glowing nice and red. So yeah, I'll start to warm it up in here a little bit. I can already start to feel a little bit of the heat, especially when you're down there, but man, got up for a few minutes, went to the bathroom. That was torture. Holy crap, getting out of my bag. It was cold, buddy. Oh, tell you what, those wood stoves definitely make it a lot nicer for waking up in the mornings in the winter time. Now, if you're just waking up in the cold and having to get up and do your chores in the cold, it's no fun. But this will be nice. I think I'm going to go back to bed for a little bit and catch some more Z's. But, wasn't too bad sleeping. No. Yeah, I had a interesting dream last night. It was like me and might have been my wife. I couldn't really tell who the other person was that was with me. I think it was her. We were in Mexico, which I've never been to Mexico before, but we were somewhere, and we're like going down some little street or whatever. They got little shops, and get to this one area in the back, a little street market, and they got a little pizzeria or something in there, and some guy was gonna like threaten to stab me with a knife, and he had like a truck full of like 3 or 4 teenage guys or whatever, college age guys or whatever, you know, he had abducted, and he was gonna take him somewhere, kill him or something. And it was real weird. I'm thinking, how the hell you abduct somebody with a knife? But anywho, so this guy's like got some evil empire to he's like trying to take recycled hand pump soap bottles and make like a counterfeit soap industry or something. It was goofy as hell, but man, that was a weird, vivid dream. I don't know what the hell spurred that. So, yeah, it was interesting. I haven't had a wild, vivid dream like that in a long time. Especially on something so goofy and wild of a subject, because hell, I haven't had any Mexican food in a while. I haven't watched anything about Mexico recently or anything, so who knows? Yeah, pizza I could see, because my wife, shoot, that's about all she lives off of is pizza. But yeah, it was different. It was entertaining, I'll say that. It was definitely an entertaining dream. But yeah. Oh, it's already starting to get nice and warm in here. I can feel it already. Pull up the thermometer. 67. Well, it's warming up, I'll tell you that. So I got the window open to the door of the tent too, because I started that stove up. Good Lord, buddy. Oh, that was a lot of smoke. That wood that was in there from last night was just, I dampered it down so it wasn't so hot in here, and let it linger for a while. But one piece of wood and the other piece of sawdust log, they were smoldering pretty much for most of the night there. But that's why I still had a good coal base. And yeah, opened that door and that smoke just came here into the tent. That's not good to breathe that stuff, so like, yeah, let's open the door, ventilate it a little bit, and once we get this fire going, then it'll create a natural draw through here a little bit and get that smoke out or dissipate it a bit. So, and this helps filter out some of that smoke. Yeah. Oh man, this is nice. So I'll try to do some more hot tenting. Yeah, one thing I always have to worry about, and keep mindful of this, you know, if you're not used to waking up in really cold weather, you probably want to have a balaclava to cover your nose and mouth, because like I said, if you breathe in all that super duper duper cold air in the middle of the night, you know, you get a sore throat, sinus pain will just be unbearable. You get bronchitis, catch pneumonia or something, you know. So play it smart. The only reason I say that, I have a history of having pneumonia, so that's the bad thing about the COVID pandemic. If I get it, I'll probably get hit pretty hard with it. I don't even know if I had it back last year. We had something come through around February and March that knocked a few of us out for a while. I had a cough for about 4 months back last spring, and but I get that stuff every year, so you know, I wasn't sure. But father-in-law was in the hospital, 107 fever or something like that, and he was in there for a few days and had pneumonia, and that was before the lockdowns. That was back in early February and stuff. Actually, about a year ago to the date, it was February 6th, he got sick. I went to the doctor's office for something unrelated to get an x-ray, and a guy coughing up his lungs in there, you know. I was like, great, I'm gonna catch that. And between the in-laws and that guy in the doctor's office, 2 days later on February 8th, boom, I suddenly got something. So I had that for a while, and then in March, I was starting to recover a little bit, but then ended up putting a humidifier on, had it on all night, and it got a little too moist for me. And between that and the dry air outside, it just did something to screw up my lungs and re-inflamed it. And so yeah, I ended up having a cough till probably May. Father-in-law, whatever he had, you know, it messed up his heart. He eventually had to get some work done on his ticker. So yeah, so, I don't know. My son got a bad cough. My wife got a bad cough. My daughter, she was sick for like a day. She had like a fever, and that was all she had. But the rest of us were sick for a little while. But there was something kind of going around last year, and it's like, I didn't know what it was. But anyways, getting off my tangent. You sleep in the cold, it can lead to sickness, so make sure you got good, head coverings for the middle of the night and early morning when your stove goes down, because, just like when we used to camp Winter Klondike, which is coming up soon for Boy Scouts. When I was a kid, we did it, and you want to make sure you got a hat, covers your ears and your head, keeps your head warm. But likewise, if you got balaclava, it'll cover your mouth and nose. You'll be breathing that in a little bit. You'll keep some of your moisture there, but you aren't going to be breathing like super cold air. It's going to help kind of keep it a little warmer than it would otherwise, and then you don't wake up feeling so bad. So yeah, I made that mistake when I did hammock hot tent camping. Fell asleep for a while without one on. I had it with me, and I just got so comfy I zonked out, and a few hours later woke up in the middle of the night, and it was like sore throat. And yeah, I felt that one for a couple of weeks. Yep. And smoke, that's another thing too. You just be mindful of that. Make sure you got ventilation when you're hot tenting. You will invariably get some smoke in the tent if you have that door open, especially like my condition. Had the thing damped down. There was a smoldering in there, and I opened the door and all that smoldering smoke just fills up the tent. So yeah, you don't want to breathe that in. I did that in the past too, where I had a couple incidents hot tenting. Duraflame log and a seek outside stove. It clogged up the spark arrestor grate inside the pipe. It's just like a little wire mesh in there, and that waxy buildup just clogged that sucker up. Well, guess where the smoke was going to go? Out the sides and into the tent. And that was eye-watering experience, man. That hurt. So I never did that again. I always give the advice, don't ever put Duraflame in those things. And then other time I had smoke, a little over a year ago. I got a bunch of scrap wood from a local sawmill. Some of it was treated with some stuff. It wasn't arsenic wood, but it was some other kind of treatment. It's almost like a creosote or something. It smelled like, just stunk. So he burned that wood and it just had this real industrial auto grease kind of smell to it. And yeah, that smoke was like coming into the tent that I was in at the time. And oh man, that hurt too. That did a number on me for about a week or two there too. So yeah, you know, as long as you do things safe, you be mindful of what you're doing. I mean, you make hot tenting a pleasurable experience. You do it the right way. Try to give you the truth of it. You know, it's fun. Everybody likes to romanticize hot tenting, and there's a nice nature to it, because like right now, oh man, that heat's starting to come back. It ain't no 100 degrees in here yet like last night, but I don't want it to be that hot either. Ooh, I can't sleep in that hot of the heat. But yeah, it's not too bad. Not better than being in 30-degree weather in here. So I'll let that sucker warm the tent up a little more, and I'll probably shore my window up after a while once I know it. Any residual smoke's out of here. Definitely don't want to breathe that in. You can see it's warming up a little bit. Nice cozy 76 in here. So I'm gonna get some more water on for tea. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. Yeah, this 5-degree sleeping bag kept me nice and warm with the liner in there. Yeah, whenever you hot tent, always make sure that you have a good sleeping bag for whatever the cold temperature is going to be in the morning. You know, if it's 30 degrees, have a 20 or 10 degree sleeping bag. If it's or 15 or something like that, let's say it's going to drop down to 0 degrees, you probably want to get as close to the 0 degree bag as you can. Maybe have one other blanket or something to get you another 5-10 degrees below that. Just because a bag says it's rated for 30 degrees doesn't mean that you're going to be comfortable at 30 degrees. Likewise, you know, 15 degree or 5 degree bag, you know, you want a little bit of a buffer, because you can survive and stay alive at that temperature in that bag, but you're not going to be comfortable all the time. If you get a real good brand, you know, Western Mountaineering or Feathered Friends or something like that, you know, it's a high-end brand, they're usually overfilled enough that you're going to get pretty true ratings for the bags. You know, you're actually going to hit that temperature and still be somewhat comfortable, and you know, it's not like a cheap Walmart bag where it says, oh yeah, it's a 30 degree bag and it's 55 degree night and you're freezing your balls off. So been there, done that. So yeah, it's a nice bag, nice and lofty. So I'm gonna get some oatmeal going and probably eat a little something and then go take another nap. Yeah, it's still like, no, not even 6 or so in the morning. I've been sitting here watching old movies about dilapidated ghost towns in southern Illinois. I was watching about Cairo, Illinois. Cairo, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, that's crazy. But, yeah. Let's get to relax a little bit. No need to have to break down camp and rush out of here. How come I keep this thing up for a while? Enjoy it this week while the weather's crappy. So, yep. Alright, what's on the breakfast menu? I got some peppermint herbal tea. It'll help my breathing this morning. Got a Bapdat. I think it's brown sugar and cinnamon. And some dried blueberries and oatmeal. I'm gonna reuse my mashed potato cup there from last night. I'll just throw it in there and some water heating up on the stove. Warm up this Pop-Tart for a little bit. Hopefully don't melt the wrapper. 87 degrees in here. Who says winter camping has to suck? Oatmeal with blueberries. That's a nice hearty breakfast. I keep you warm, helps your cholesterol. It's good for you. Make Wilford Brimley proud of you. Eat some oatmeal. Oh, that's nice. That's like the third tea bag in this thing now. And turmeric ginger last night, and then I had the raspberry, and then I got the peppermint in there. Oh, nice little mix, but it's mostly peppermint for the moment. You can see through the view screen on the camera my amazing Gray Clips hairdo. Bedhead. Oh man, it is nice and toasty in here. Oh, just going through breakfast slowly. Get my oatmeal. I'll probably eat my Pop-Tart here in a little bit. And go swing outside and dump the notorious pea, well, I say bottle, but it's a cup. There ain't no lemonade in there. And go dump that out in the bathroom and yeah, see how nature's doing out there. See how much snow we got, or if we got any ice or anything overnight, and it'll be fun. I hear a few birds chirping occasionally outside. Going through the hole. what nature awaits us outside. Just reached 100 degrees in here again. Man, I have to damper it down a little bit. Let's go outside and see what it's like out there. You can see it here on the door a little bit. Some of that condensation came out. Some of it flaked off onto the ground, flipping around the door. But yeah, all that water that would have been in the regular tent goes on that outer fly, and don't have it raining down on you. So that's nice. Woo! Rise and shine. Yeah. This works nice. Definitely a cold one out here. So I brought the thermometer outside. So it's a nice balmy 10 degrees out here, about 8:30 in the morning. Phone said it was about 7 this morning for a low. So yeah, gives you a rough range. Well, everybody, I think I'm gonna wrap up for a little while, and I'll come out here again, enjoy the outdoors. But for this little installment, I think I'm gonna call it a wrap. I'm gonna go back in the tent and sleep a little bit, and then I'll go in later and take another nap. So so nice in here. Oh man. Prison mugshot. That was a good short nap. Maybe an hour or something, but it was cozy. Yeah, it's nice, warm. Stove's pretty much out now. Yeah. Oh, it was good. So I hope you guys learned a few things, had a little fun watching, and apologies for my long-winded conversations. So yeah, don't be afraid to get out and try hot tenting for yourself. Don't have to have the most expensive gear, you just got to have something that works. There are some cheaper options out there. You know, Pomali, One Tigris, even though they kind of piss on some of the people that help them out. I do have one of their tents, but they screwed around with one YouTuber, so damn Chinese shit. But what else? There's I don't like Winterwell and other crap like that. Luke's Outdoor, like the Luke's gear, Luxe. They're a little more reasonable in cost too. It seemed to be alright. I got a little inner tent that I got from them one time. I put in one of my Seek Outside silver tips. Got a little 1.5 man thing, but anyways, yeah, you don't have to spend, you know, a fortune. You know, you can make your own ammo box stove if you want. There's instructions out there on YouTube for that. Just make sure though that you've got a tent that either has a stove jack in it, or you can go out and buy a stove jack from like Luke's Outdoor, or get some raw siliconized fiberglass material from Ripstop by the Roll. If you're handy with a sewing machine, you can make your own. Yeah, so I got another tent I'm gonna try to turn into a hot tent sometime, a little project, but save that for another day. Yeah, sleeping bags, you know, just make sure you got something that's warm enough for the coldest temperatures that you're going to be encountering, because they say going to bed with a warm fire is nice. Waking up and putting a warm fire on makes breakfast time nice. But the wee hours of the night, 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. or so, you're going to be cold. Yeah, so you make sure you got the right sleeping gear for it. And like I said, just get a balaclava or something to help keep sinus pains and breathing and stuff, you know, managed fairly well. And we don't get out of there with earaches or sinus infections or, you know, bronchial cough or any of that junk. Yeah, you can do it. Now go out there and do it. I'm telling you, go out there and do it. You doing it yet? You going out there and ordering something? I'll wait. No, you didn't do it. I'm telling you, go out and try it. So, I think too, you know, with more vendors making the gear now compared to, you know, 5 years ago when I started, you know, there were a few out there, but it's getting to be a lot more of them now. Of course, some of them are American, a lot of them are Chinese, but I try to stay with the American companies. You usually get better quality, more quality control in the product, and you're helping American jobs, and you also have better customer service if something goes wrong for the most part. So you know, cottage industries try to take care of their customers for the most part. There might be a couple of companies out there I've heard of, they're a little wishy-washy, but so yeah. Oh man, well, get my fire going again. Let's throw a few pieces in there and get the nice glow coming out. So wake up or nap again? That is the question. Alright, we'll sign off. So see you again out there in the outdoors. Enjoying the snow? Yeah. You enjoying the snow? Well, everybody, if you like what you've seen, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you again in the outdoors. As always, thanks for watching.